Hi guys, welcome back to ARIKE'S Arena and welcome to another episode of Breathe. My name is Heyyyy Arenians and I'm your host for this season, and subsequent seasons. So for those who are new to the channel, Breathe is intended to be a very relatable show where our guests come to share their experiences, share their stories with the hope of inspiring somebody out there to know that whatever it is you're going through, you're not alone. You know, somebody has been there before and they've gotten through it, which means you can as well. So yes, welcome to Breathe. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell somebody about the Arenian family, you know, do all the usual. And for my Arenians that have been with me throughout this growth journey, I love you guys. Like, I love you for loving me. Anywho, without further ado, let's get to the show. Hi Yvonne, welcome to ARIKE'S Arena.
Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so shy.
Stop, please, let's stop this fake Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Breathe, and today we have a fellow YouTuber, a celebrity in the making, Miss Tourism Nigeria. So actually, that's what I want to talk about, right? In the past year, we actually met on YouTube. Like, okay, we attended the same fellowship in school, but like, I always see, Yvonne has this very snobbish appearance. Because I've heard that gist in school, they'll be like, that Yvonne girl, she's just a very shaking coquinico. I'm like, people don't, Yvonne is everywhere. Shabi, you did an assumption video recently about like the assumptions people have of you in school, and I don't understand how, but like, she just has this, like when you see her from afar, she just feels like somebody that that will shall snob you if you try to greet her and all of that, which was also the impression I got the first time anyways. So I'd seen her in fellowship, but I never thought to, I'd heard that there was another YouTuber in fellowship, and I didn't care really. Somehow, I don't even know how did we meet on YouTube, because I should know that the meeting was YouTube. I think it was one NFCS meeting that somebody was like,
I saw you, but then we had already I already subscribed to your channel on YouTube. I saw you.
So is it that first subscribe?
Yeah, you used to send your links on the Telegram. You know,
yeah.
So I was just like, wow, there's another
YouTuber. Okay.
So then I went to check and then I commented and then you subscribed.
Oh, right. That was how we started talking. And then before we knew, we did our collab video. And yeah, we're also in church. And then I realized she was actually a naturally mad person. She's like, we're in the same drama group. Don't come and form that, please rest. So, and we know drama groups usually, they're the level of insanity, you understand? But yeah, so I got to know her and I realized she's a really friendly, lovable person. And I'm just like, how is it that most people don't see this? Like, I can't count how many people have told me, that Yvonne girl, can you come? Like, you guys should calm down. You get to know, Yvonne no get sense. She's not even, you understand? And
that's the impression you're trying to give them.
No, I just want them to, because now you're going to try to explain to them how these people get this on the outside. And then coupled with the fact that in the past 1 year, you've grown so much. Like, it was in this past 1 year that you ended up being Miss Tourism Nigeria, right? Yeah. Exactly. So you own a YouTube channel that is doing very well. You just had a show, Grown AF, and it was really, I mean, I was very proud of the episodes and all of that. In a way, Seth, it was one of the things that inspired this. Like, I knew I wanted to do something like this, you know, something formal. You know, I joke a lot, I play a lot and all of that. I wanted to do something more serious, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to go about it, but I saw that and I was like, okay, it's workable, it's doable. Right. So now, in all of...
You're welcome, I inspired you, you're welcome. You don't have to, I don't...
This is why they say, when you are proud. This is why they say you are proud. So in all of these things that you've achieved in the past 1 year, it's more reason to think that, oh, so because she has achieved celeb status now, she's now proud and all of that. So do you hear these things, and how do you feel when you hear them?
Okay, number one, I've not achieved any celeb status. I don't even know where that is.
We believe you're celeb.
I don't know.
Miss Tourism Nigeria.
I beg. But then, even before Miss Tourism, it has been, you know, it started amongst my classmates, right? Like when I came here in 111. I didn't even know anybody that time. I just started YouTube. There's this thing, okay, ARIKE does not like the effort. The swear words, all of that. But then there's this thing they call resting bitch face normally. Like, that is the kind of face I have. When you look at me, you automatically think that, oh, I'm probably going to ignore you if you talk to me.
Okay.
That's how I'm just always keeping a straight face and walking. So everybody automatically, because I'm very visible. Like when I go somewhere, you would surely see me. Like I have a face, you would see me. Number one, I'm tall. Do you understand? So when I enter a place, everybody notices me. That's it. So when I come into a room and then probably not smiling. I don't know if everybody expects me to be.
Maybe because there are people like us. That make people like you look bad.
But no, right, like I'm just literally on my own, and then people just assume yeah. And I think it doesn't get to me.
Okay, because I wanted to ask that, did it bother you at some point? Did you think it was something you needed to work on, like, how to keep a smiling face?
When I was in 100 level, I used to have this group of friends, and then there was one day that the majority of them came together and they were, should I say, attacking me. They were saying that, they've been hearing that people have been saying that I'm very rude, people have been saying that I have problems, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, people have been saying, now you guys know my friends, you guys know real. That's how we actually we split up because of that. Like, wow. they were coming at me, do you understand? Like, so at that point, right, I thought I had a problem. Like when they were doing this, and I actually thought I had a problem. So I was like, okay, so I don't understand. Am I supposed to, when I go to school, I should just be smiling from the gate? I'll be smiling, and then I'll be greeting every single soul like, hi, good morning, hi, good morning, hi, good morning, hi. So I get to my class. If I get to my class, if I sit down, I'll say, hi, good morning. I'll do that. But then I think I came to a point that I realized that that's not the person I am, right? Yeah. And the fact that I'm a very reserved person
doesn't mean there's a problem.
You cannot deal with it, there's no problem. Do you understand? I'm not trying to convince anybody now. But the point where I'm not trying to convince anybody that I'm a good person, I'm a nice person. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. If you want to think anything, I don't know how I was trying to explain. I actually don't know. I don't know.
You can't be bothered.
I don't know how I was trying to explain.
Okay, but there's the other side to it, right? I think of you as somebody who's going to be big by God's grace, right? Look at you. Are you worried that in ascending up the fame ladder that you might have issues with this outlook of, she's a snob, because she's a celeb? Because, okay, so for instance, for somebody like me, right, every time I get somewhere and they're like, hey, Arike, I watch your YouTube video, blah, blah, blah. In my head, I'm still like, wait, it's just me, yeah. I don't understand. I've not even make it like that. Do you understand? So every time I get that, I feel really humbled, right? But on your end, is it that you're expectant of the fact that you're going to be big and it doesn't freak you?
No.
Like, it doesn't freak you when you get all this celeb treatment?
When people try to tag me as Yvonne, you're very popular, I'm just like, I actually don't know. I don't think I'm very. I don't
believe it too. Except like when I see people at the gates at the mall at somewhere and they're like, hey, Arike, this
because I don't know anybody. Like I'm not somebody that you see everywhere, like around, like in school and in every gathering. I'm not somebody that you see. So when people say that they know me, I'm just like, okay.
Okay. Okay, so in your head, what do you think your future is going to be like, say, like next 5 years in terms of fame? You're a clown. Why is that so funny?
I'm a strong believer of live in the moment, enjoy the present. I do not know what God has in store for me in the next 5 years. I cannot say what I would be like, but I know I'll be somebody, right? Because I'm working on that.
Okay, so what was your first fame experience? Like, what was the first time you felt like?
The way you are saying, I don't understand. The way you are saying this.
You are famous, so do you understand what it means to be stories in Nigeria? You don't even get it. And this is the person they say is proud. Me, I'm not getting it, but like for real, like what was that first moment you felt like? Because I just had mine recently, actually. I went for an event and I met I understand when I see people in the school circle, because like these people watch my YouTube videos, so they know me. So randomly I meet somebody that I don't know. Like this happens like every 2 days or so. But I've gotten used to it because I feel like, now same circle we did. It's not such a big deal anymore. But like I traveled out of town, right? And then I went for an event that had nothing to do with school and all of that. And I just met these people and like, okay, I finally got to meet you. I'm like, sorry, what? Me? Do you understand? And then I think somebody was even trying to introduce me to some other friend, and the person was like, I know her now, it's Arike. I'm like, Do you understand? So that for me was a major like celebrity experience. So what was your first, get on celebrity?
I've not had celebrity experience.
You must have had at some point.
Are you talking about in this area?
Like celebrity experience that shocked you, like that you really felt like, all of that drama for me.
Okay, celebrity experience. Okay, so there's this time I went to the market and then I got to this shop where this woman was selling clothes, and she was like, she called somebody, is it not this?
Oh,
and then she opened my YouTube and she was like, I was watching you. I don't know how to react to such situations, right?
So what was your reaction?
Very confused. I I was just like, okay.
See, this is why you see. So I think it's making sense now why they think you're proud, right? Because your style, your personality is very. So for somebody like me now, when I got the hey, is that ARIKE'S? So I was very happy.
I have this problem. I don't have problems with accepting compliments. It's just usually.
So when you compliment, what do I do now? Do I say thank you? Do I just
like, what am I
do I smile? Do I blush?
Yeah, so you understand? I'm always in that situation. So when she was like,
it's not me.
Not bad.
You know when see that kind of person now will go and say she's proud.
No, and that's not it, to be honest. It's just that I don't know how to react to such situations.
Because I can't relate. When I see somebody like that, you hype me, I hype you back. Like, oh my god. All right, so now let's talk about something. What do you think about people who have to deal with misconceptions on the outside? Because I know this is something you can relate with, and you know the point of this is to be able to speak from your experience. So like people who have to deal with what people think of them on the outside, how do you think they can balance that? How do you balance it so that they can learn from you?
Okay, I don't think I'm trying so hard to balance anything. I'm just living, literally. So whatever you do, anything you do good, do bad, people will surely talk. People will always have their opinions. And for people that are destined to be great, people that are destined to do good things in life, there would always be people that will try to bring you down. I've really in this space, I've really met people that have tried their best to trample on my ego. I don't know why, but then I just feel like it's a part of my process, right? These are stories I would say one day. Everything is a part of the process. So if people are saying things about you, you know within yourself that it's not true. You don't have to prove to anybody. The people around you, they know you. You don't have to convince anybody. I don't think you owe anybody any explanation. Just be you, basically.
So I think the most important point for me in that is be honest to yourself. Like if it's not you know yourself that these things are not true.
The battles you fight every day between you and yourself.
Exactly. So
the person you were yesterday, the person you're going to be tomorrow.
So don't focus a lot on what people say, because people will always talk. That's the fact.
There's nothing you do in this life that people will not. Some things I even hear about myself, I'm like, is it me?
As in saying me like this.
I'll be thinking, I'll say, wait, did I actually? Maybe I'm actually this thing.
So yes, for everybody who's listening to us, if you're one of those people who have controversial personalities, where people just happen to think a certain thing of you and all of that, as long as, especially when it's maybe a negative thing and all of that, as long as you've processed it and you know that these things are not true, get comfortable living your life. Like just live, like Yvonne said, live and enjoy living your life. People will talk and let that be fine with you.
Also address people that used to talk. Honestly, that used to talk.
People that used to talk.
What's your problem? What's your problem? Why will you just wake up and decide that? I don't think, like, the funny part, these people that think this, I don't even know you. Like I've never heard of you before.
And then
you just come and wake up and assume. You just
but I guess it's the world that we're in now. Like people have opinions and they want to put those opinions outside, whether they are genuine or they're not, and so it's your own place to ensure that you're living your best life regardless of what anybody says. Anywho, so thank you, Yvonne, for honoring our invitation. Waiting with that, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed filming. I hope you've learned something. I hope you're more confident to be yourself regardless of what anybody says. And yeah, so we'll see you next week.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Did I know?
Channel.
Which one's oh my god, you've already called me celebrity. Oh my god. You guys, see you next week. I love you guys plenty.
Bye.
Bye.